And good morning. Happy November 20th, 2021. You might notice the screws still in the wall because I'm going to pick up the company sign I had made for advertising. So I got to get that picked up today. If you can hear me, let me know over in the comments. Maybe you can't. 17 viewers, only 3 thumbs up. So maybe you can't hear me, but it's now officially 8 o'clock Central Time. Going to be a little bit of a shorter stream here this morning. Uh, can everybody hear me? I'm seeing lots of good mornings, but I'm not seeing. All right, you can hear me. Ryan Sharp asks, "Who did your sign?" It is Harmonyville Hill Studio out of Hannah City, Illinois. So check them out. Good morning. Fantastic. Good morning to everybody. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I want to thank you for being here. Um, this coming Wednesday, Unified Training, 4-hour session. Be sending out all the details along with the private Zoom link for that. So it looks like we're going to have a good class. If you're interested in that, head on over to the website, fill out the contact form, um, and we'll definitely get you taken care of. If you're on the mailing list, you would have got an email about that. So, all right, go ahead and start posting. Oh man, I need to comb my beard before I leave the house. Uh, go ahead and start posting your questions over in the comments. All right, all right, all right. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning from Nashville. Yeah, Ryan, my son went with his friends yesterday and they ate at Gill's. Gill's has fantastic fried chicken and spaghetti. However, I've never had their fried chicken and spaghetti. I usually get a burger or a steak. Yeah, the beard's coming in nice. The beard is coming in kind of nice. I kind of digging it this morning. All right, so what is on tap? Since nobody's asking questions yet, what's on tap? So you saw the Blink doorbell introduction. I've got my APs over here, so I've got to get that filmed. If I don't get this done, my wife is going to string me up by my pinky toes. So that has to get done. So that will be getting done, and you're going to follow along. I've got the box of Wi-Fi or the box. So I don't know what I'm going to call this thing yet. I got to get a decal made, but the Wi-Fi testing box is over here. Got that coming up. So uh, as always, I hope everybody is doing well. Uh, in the man, has everybody been watching the Ubiquity store this week? So the U6 Pro was released as an access point. Of course, sold out immediately. And we can't talk about early access, but there's some there's some devices in early access. It's not sure where they're going with it, but Chuck Owens asked, "What are you using for a router these days?" I do not think that Edge OS is EOL. I do not think that. But what am I using as a router these days? We're using uh, MikroTik, QNAP. Doug is on the live stream, and Doug has a pretty sizable QNAP deployment. Kelvin says that him and Chuck are not related. Thank you for pointing that out, Kelvin. Kelvin, are you coming back to the Peoria area for the holidays? If so, I want to buy you lunch and a drink. Let's see. Am I going to be stuck doing tech support for family on Thanksgiving? There might be a touch of that, but the family who will be here, they mostly just use phones, right? And there are other people in the family that are much better with phone tech support than I am. So, like, I have this is my Pixel 3. I I'm thinking about upgrading to the Pixel 6, but most everybody else, my wife has an Android, the S21. She loves it, but everybody else is on Apple products, right? So, and while I can support Apple products, like I said, everybody else likes to mess around with their stuff. Like I think I have 2 games on here. I have a word play game, right, where you find words or you make words out of stacks of letters, and then I have Among Us. I'm not a big gamer. I have the social media stuff on here. I have Synology Chat. I have a health app, Signal, weather. Pretty boring stuff, really. But so the kids are much better with the iPhones. All right. So good morning to everyone. Yeah, EdgeOS I don't think is end of life. EdgeOS is very powerful because it is unconstrained from any sort of abstraction layer. And what do I need? What do I mean by that? I'm going to talk about this more in the training on Wednesday, but kind of a high level overview. And I've said this before. If you look at the videos, inside of every UniFi device, there's an EdgeOS device trying to get out. Now, that's not necessarily true with the UDMs. And they are changing things up a little bit, but EdgeOS, which is built off of Viata, is a very powerful operating system. You can do so many more things at the command line, and they don't have to provision, to that centralized server, and you don't have to worry about now. Now, I say you don't have to worry. However, anyone who does site-to-site VPNs understands that there is a bug in the Edge OS that if you either do it through the command line, let me back up. So if you go into the VPN tab on an Edge router and you do a site to site and you use the options that are there, what is given to you in the UI, and then you go to the config tree and you do anything that's not in that menu, or you do anything at the command line that is not in that menu, and then you go into that menu and you make a change, the VPN menu, then it can occasionally wipe out all of your advanced VPN settings. So, um, for speed, what I do is I usually do the initial setup there, go to config tree, command line, and then I always have a disclaimer to the owner of the router: do not make VPN changes in that screen. Um, yeah, Tony says, "Good morning, everyone. The Edge line may not be EOL, but Ubiquity keeps burying it deeper in their store." Well, like any other company, they're ISP gear was really their biggest revenue stream for a long time, and now the Edge or the Unify stuff is kind of their bread and butter. So they're not giving up on it, but I mean, it's marketing, right? So whatever is bringing in those massive amounts of dollars, that's probably what's going to get more marketing exposure. I did get several emails from distributors. So I had asked because we help people deploy fiber networks with the Ubiquity fiber product. And I had asked Ubiquity if they could send me over one of the small units. And they told me that they are not making a marketing push for that gear at this time, so that they would not be able to send me the gear. And I totally get that. And then, like, literally like 2 weeks later, all of the distributors start sending emails talking about that stuff. So I don't know, what is going on there. But look in the early access store. You can see, from my understanding, there's going to be two different lines on the Edge side. There's going to be the side that goes with UISP, where everything is it's more like a Unify for ISPs. But then the Edge line is also still going to be standalone. That's my understanding. I've emailed back and forth several times with the folks at Ubiquity because I want to know, like, what's the future holds, right? And they hold some stuff close to the vest. They'd be stupid not to. But all right, over to the comments. Naveed asked, Willie, is there any way to block content in the USG Pro? As I only see it in the Dream Machine, I need to block streaming in my USG. So, you used to be able to use DPI. Here's the problem with DPI. There are a lot of things um, that as uh, everything becomes encrypted, DPI becomes less effective the way it is deployed now. So you could do it with DPI and do DPI restrictions. However, if you Unify is not good at being the keeper of DNS. It's just not. Like, we can create firewall rules and we can try to block people and everything else, but because we can't fine tune the NAT rules, there's no way to ensure 100% that um, there's really no way to ensure 100% that DNS requests are going to pass through the USG. Now, even with the edge line, I can't guarantee you, because somebody has to do is set up a VPN using an IP and not FQDN. And guess what? Now that VPN has just bypassed absolutely everything, right? Everything. So all of the safeguards you put in place are absolutely worthless if somebody is going to access a VPN via IP. That doesn't mean that you should give up. That means that you should make sure that you're doing your best, and then those edge cases, you can deal with those later, right? But um, you can't block VPN if it goes over 443 or 80 or common ports and it uses an IP. I just don't understand, unless you're going to start blocking huge amounts of IP addresses. And if you're going to try to block VPN, I'm going to tell you, the Unify gear and the Edge gear, not the gear you should be dealing with. Like if you've got an implementation where you need to block VPN and have those assurances, Ubiquity gear is not it. You're looking at other higher end uh, players in the game. So, um, and this is the kind of stuff that we're going to talk about. This is the kind of stuff that we're going to talk about in the training on Wednesday. We're going to do some setups, and we're going to talk about troubleshooting and when we use stuff like this. But these are the kind of tangents we're going to get off on. So, um, probably, if I had to guess, the training's probably going to go longer than 4 hours. But uh, just a feeling that I get, because uh, a lady that I know sometimes she tells me sometimes when I'm explaining things, I just go into video mode and just blah, 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 blah. So Bob Carpenter asks or says, "Good morning, Willie. Cooking anything special in the smoker for the holiday?" Is Joe Trelli from Cajoling Tech here? I don't see him. Tony's here. Good morning, Tony. Bob is here. By the way, Bob and Tony going to be quick on the draw this morning, and I don't have any chat restrictions, and things seem to be okay. Good morning, Jacob Johnson. So, what am I putting in the smoker for Thanksgiving? So, we are going to pick up our turkey the day before Thanksgiving, so that this coming Wednesday. We bought it from a local farm that does fresh turkeys, and my wife has perfected the art of removing the backbone out of a turkey. And so the turkey will come home. My wife will remove the backbone. I will help her, of course, but she's like a surgeon with these damn turkeys. Like she does it. She keeps a mallet. If you ever see my wife come in here with a mallet, just know that maybe my backbone's going to be removed. That's totally a joke. Don't take that serious. But she has a special mallet that she uses, and these just crazy clippers, and she will clip the backbone out of this turkey. We will put it in a brine bucket overnight, and then it will go on the smoker. We will spatchcock it. So if you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google spatchcocking a turkey. So the holiday seasons are among us. I hope everybody's doing well. So Naveed, I hope that I answered your question in kind of a roundabout way. But if you need to block things, your gear is only going to get you so far. And then if it's like a compliance issue, or if it's a directive from on high, then you are going to have to do something else. The UDM and the USG probably not gonna be the best tool for the job. So let me know. So this stream won't be real long this morning, but if you'd like me to do another stream tonight, hit that thumbs up. Let me know in the chat if we'd like to have. I think we could do something like we could do like fireside chat, or some other channels they drink beer while they talk in the evening. Maybe we do a bourbon chat here or something like that. PF Sense on a Protectly will get you fairly far. I would have to run through a full setup to see if we could do all of the VPN blocking. Um, so, but definitely there are some bigger vendors. Like if you need some assurances like that, you're going to be looking at you know what? OpenSense and PFSense may work. Maybe not with, I don't know. That's a great question. Excuse me. So, um, yeah, let's see. Oh no, allergic to poultry, having a Thanksgiving steak. Well, you know what? Yes, I am also C Webb. I think that's Chad. I think. Thank whoever you are. I'm very thankful that you're here, and I am thankful for the fellowship that we have. Yes, around this community. Y'all keep this thing going. TN Bighorn says 3.5 minutes a pound at 350 degrees. That's fantastic. So, one time we had a butter ball. Funny story about that. And it was one of the ones, that's injected with the butter. And so it was just a breast. And so I'll never forget this. It was one of the last Thanksgivings that my dad was alive. And it's, it was crispy. It was as hard as this desk because it kind of cooked from the inside out. Tom, yes, Wednesday, unified training, 8 a.m. Central to noon Central or later, except I will have a hard stop to go get that turkey. Um, if you're on the mailing list, you should have received that email last week. I also used the free version of MailChimp. Shout out to MailChimp. Who thought that Intuit would buy a company for $1 billion? And so good for them. But I can only send to 2,000 people in a week. And so I wasn't able to do a resend. I know I got to quit being so cheap. It's getting towards the end of the year, though. We'll be doing, another month, and we'll be working on, wrapping up taxes for the year. So, yeah, I will, Tim. I will be smoking our turkey. All right. TN Bighorn says the secret to deep frying a turkey. Yep, you got to get the oil hot, and do not put it in if it's frozen. Tom, you did not get the MailChimp. That sucks. If you go over to williehow.com/support, you will see the option to buy the training time there. So, all right. Any other questions? Go ahead and get them posted. Go ahead and post your networking, Ubiquiti, Grandstream, MikroTik questions. Go ahead and get those posted real quick. So DM Ohio, we can't comment on certain things unless there's a video. If there's a video of it and Ubiquiti puts it out, then yeah, we can talk about it. But um, you know, uh, uh, everybody look in the chat and look at DM Ohio's. I did see that, but I can't talk about it unless there's a video. So Bob Carpenter asked Willie, bourbon of the week, hour, minute. So last night I actually did not drink bourbon. Drank some Jameson Irish whiskey last night and switched it up just a little bit. And don't take it as I get knocked down, fall down, drag out, blackout drunk. I do not. I have a pour to just kind of relax in the evening. Some call that a nightcap. And I don't need it. I can skip it. So I don't have a problem yet. I am self aware enough to know if it is going to become a problem and to head it off at the pass. So, um, everybody should find their way to relax as long as it's not illegal, immoral, or unethical, right? Um, let's see. Bob Carpenter says his friends hate him for getting them hooked on Screwball. Screwball is good. Screwball is good. I'm going to say something very controversial. So I tweeted something very controversial a few weeks ago. I said that there are better single barrels than Blanton's, which I absolutely believe that there are. People chase Blanton's for the toppers and for the bottles because it's that glass grenade looking thing. But there are better peanut butter whiskeys than Screwball. But Tom says that he's in a 12-step program for IT. I love it. Has anyone had a customer call drunk? I have not had. Actually, you know what? I do believe that I have had customers inebriated in the evenings while I'm working with them. Just because, when you're working with people, you develop this baseline of their behaviors and how they talk and things like that. And I've had that fall apart on a phone call, right? So, um, yeah. But all right, so I hope everybody is having a great time. I got to cut it short. My son, we're going to get an oil change, and oh, real quick, DM Ohio says have a customer order wireless headsets for their Yelinks. They could not get them to work, assuming they need a Yealink wireless headset adapter. That would be a question for my tech James. Um, you could send that over to us. Go to the website, fill out the contact form, and I can send that question over to him. A lot of those questions we can answer and we don't charge for if they are simple questions like that. But I do have to get going now. So I want to thank you all for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you need IT consulting, the link is down below. All of our affiliate links and all of those fun ways you can support the channel are down below. If you just want to reach out and say hi, go over to the website, fill out the contact form. More than happy to talk to everybody. I do respond to each and every one of the emails that get addressed to me. Sometimes stuff goes to other people, but if it's something that I take care of, I do respond. So I hope that you all have a great weekend. I will probably see you before Thanksgiving. So keep an eye out. Maybe we'll just do a pop up whiskey chat or whatever. Maybe we'll see what happens. But everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Be the best you and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you in the next video.